Welcome to the Localpreneur Show, a podcast dedicated to featuring community-based entrepreneurs, the principles they live by, and the success they're having making a difference in the world. Here's your host, Austin Kane.
Welcome to another episode of the Localpreneur Show. My name's Austin. Really glad to be here today with David, with Lawn Doctor of Walnut, Creek-Concord out of Contra Costa County in California. David, let me turn things over to you here at the beginning of the show here to tell everybody listening a little about who you are, who you guys do, and a little bit on the background of you and your business.
Sure. Thank you for having me. My name is David. My brother and I, Pete, we started a lawn doctor franchise here in Northern California, specifically Contra Costa County. And we going on our third year, and we've been helping homeowners in the Contra Costa area, making their homes and their grass look a lot better through fertilization and weed control. That's kind of our bread and butter of our business. That's what we do. We also help them bring back dead lawns. We literally save homeowners thousands of dollars versus sodding, which can be quite expensive. And we have a process where we come out, slowly kill the weeds, green up the grass, and then reseed in the fall so that they have a beautiful, nice backyard come spring.
Perfect. I know that's a big part of kind of people's happiness of being at home is having a yard and kind of an oasis to relax in. So I know what you guys are doing is important to a lot of people. Well, David, again, glad to have you here on the Localpreneur Show, and really what this podcast is all about. If you're listening for the first time, it's about highlighting how local and home service companies are making a difference in their communities. We've over the years that VitalStorm's worked with home service companies and engaged with them and talked with them, we've all seen this common thread as they're all giving back. They're all changing the lives of the people that are around them. They're impacting their communities. They're giving back. And so that's what this podcast is all about. It's sharing those stories, how David and his brother with Lawn Doctor are changing the lives of the people around them. So David, let's talk a little bit about your impact that your organization is making in your local community. Tell everybody listening some of the things you guys are doing on a daily, weekly, monthly basis to change the lives of those people around you.
Sure. So what we do is our season out here, we're in Northern California. We're considered a cool zone. So our season typically is March through the end of November. And that's when we start. We come out, we work with homeowners that either have a gardener or they cut the grass themselves. And we help put the products on the lawn, the fertilizers, the pre-emergents, the herbicide sprays, to keep back the weeds, make the lawn nice weed-free, nice lush and green, so that they can enjoy their yard. With the pandemic, more and more people are spending a lot more attention and time in their backyards and staying home. So we saw that this would be a really good niche. We saw an opportunity here in Contra Costa County because there was no lawn doctor out here. So we decided to open up the franchise, and it's been very receptive through the community. And we've been helping people up and down the 680 corridor, one lawn at a time, bringing back their lawns and really taking care of the folks that we work with.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That sounds great. And so, what really inspired you guys to open up this franchise in this area? How did you guys come across this area, and what made you really want to plug in here and start impacting the lives of the people in your service area?
Sure. Well, my background is in IT, and I've been doing IT networking for the last 20 years. I was actually looking for my next IT job, and I stumbled across a lawn doctor on LinkedIn, and I started looking at it, and I contacted them to see if they could help me with my backyard. And there was nobody in the area at the time. So I thought, wow, this would be a great opportunity because there's nobody out here doing this in particular service. There are a few mom and pops. There is one national chain out here, but there's nobody really with an entrepreneur spirit, really taking care of customers with a customer service attitude.
Right.
And so my brother was coming out here from St. Louis. And so I talked to him about going into business, and that's what we did. And so we started in 2 years ago, and like I said, we're going on our third year, and it's been very receptive to the community, and we've gotten a lot of positive reviews from people, which has really helped us, and we're excited to help homeowners, bring their grass back the way they want it.
That's great. That's great. And what's the general impact that you see that you guys are making on these families' lives? I know you're helping change their the place that they live in and the area they spend a lot of time with, maybe their friends and family. What's the general impact that you see being made after you guys are completing your jobs and you're nearing completion of helping meet their goals?
Well, we take a lot of pride when we have people comment that their grass has never looked better. We really like that. We love to hear that. We love to hear that we are making an impact and making their job to keep and enjoy their lawn a lot better. I know we're impacting the home values up and down each of the streets, because obviously we're helping their curb appeal. We've helped homeowners that we're trying to sell their home. We bring their lawn back. They get top dollar for their home. It also helps the neighborhood. When one person starts getting their lawn up in shape and a lot better, it's kind of a domino effect. And somebody else that looks at us and says, "Hey, what can you do for me?" And so we go over and we try to help them as well. And we try to just, like I said, we attack it one lawn at a time. There's no cookie cutter approach. Each lawn's different.
Absolutely. And what about anything else in your local community? Are there any organizations that you're partnering with or really looking to add into the mix to help them with their problems or their yards or their lawns to help better the environment, maybe in your local community as well, on an organization base?
That's a good question. We have partnered with some schools to do some local advertising with them to support their, different events that they have through their school system. We try to look for local organizations that are trying to do some local advertising just to try to get our name out. So we try to support them. That's what we've done in the past.
Okay.
But we also what we try to do is, there's a couple of stories that we have. We had a homeowner that we came out and we greened up their grass, and they were really excited because we got 2 services in, and their lawn looked great. And then when we contacted them to come back out again, the young lady said that her husband had lost his job and that they were going to have to cancel the service. So not wanting to let their grass go back the way it was, I told them not to worry. We're going to go ahead and do the service for no charge.
That's
and
awesome.
They were kind of blown away. And so when we contacted them again in 8 weeks, I asked, "Hey, has your husband found a job yet?" And she's like, "No, he's still looking. It's been really tough." And I told them, "Don't worry. We're gonna do this next service for free as well." So I didn't want their lawn to go back the way it was. They had, it really had responded well to the products we put down. So they were very, very happy about that. And subsequently, the husband did find a job. Obviously, these things take time. We've all been there in transition. So that was a pretty good feel good story for us, because we wanted to keep the customer. We didn't want to lose them. We also didn't want their lawn to go back the way it was after it had responded so well, and they were so happy with the service. So that was one instance with somebody. Have another incident where we had an elderly lady, lives by herself. Her husband had passed away, and she was trying to upkeep her yard. She had a gardener, but it was getting patchy, and it wasn't really all that great. So what we did was, in the fall when we came out, we were treating it. I went ahead and seeded her for no charge. I just came out there with my machine. I put down the seed, and she was really happy. She was really happy that the lawn came all the growth came in the spring, and she was like, "Oh my goodness, this lawn has never looked better." So it's those kind of stories that we try to help people that, may or may not be able to afford the service, or just go out of our way to do something nice for people, depending on the circumstance. So, those kind of things too. I mean, we're not trying to chase every dollar down the street. We're trying to make people happy with their lawns. And if there's an occasion like that where you have somebody that is in a transition period or somebody older that we can help out, we try to do that.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. And I think what, in the first instance, in that first story you shared there, I think that shows to everybody listening and even people in your surrounding areas that, you guys care more about the customer and the work that you're doing and wanting to see it through and do the right thing and, ultimately help the people that you're trying to serve rather than, like you said, chasing every single dollar and just trying to make a profit. I think that's where you really see the difference with these home service companies that we're engaging with on this Localpreneur show is that, the community and their involvement and the way they give back, it means, more equal to as the bottom line at the end of the day. It's not all just money focused. You guys are here to do the work you do, but you're also taking care of the people around you. And so, I think both of those instances you shared obviously shows that you guys are there to make the lives of the people around you better. And that's what this is all about. So,
yeah, absolutely.
I appreciate you sharing those stories on how you're impacting your local community and how you're providing some of this work at little or no charge to people in those certain instances when you just know out of the goodness of your heart that it needs to be done. Anything else, David, that you had on the top of your mind that maybe I hadn't asked yet that you wanted to share with all the listeners here today?
No, that's pretty much it. I mean, we're pretty excited. It's, like I said, we're going into our third year. We're adding customers all the time. We love it when we get customer referrals because we know we're doing something right. We love coming out and sharing our story. We love coming out and having people try our service. And we tell them that there's no contracts with us. Try a service. If you like us, we'll keep coming. If you don't like us, not a problem. And I don't want you writing me a check every month if it's not making it impactful. If it's not being impactful, if you're not seeing results on your lawn. So that's kind of how we operate. We really, like I tell people, I'm in the customer service business. I happen to do lawn care. Yeah.
No, that's great. Well, hey, David, I appreciate you sharing all the stories on here, and I enjoyed having you on the show today. And I know everybody that listens to this is, hopefully can pick up a little something that, it's not always about that bottom dollar. It's about taking care of the people around you and doing what's right. And, having that customer centered business where you want people coming to you and wanting to come to you and to stay with you and be with you guys. So, I can tell from, we're just on this Zoom call, but I can tell that you guys are doing something right. You have your head on straight. As you try and grow, I can see things only getting better for you guys. So, David, again, thanks for joining the Localpreneur Show. Looking forward to the next episode.
Thanks again for listening to the Localpreneur Show. For more of our daily content, feel free to check out Josh or Austin's LinkedIn.